The Kent Spitfires suffered their first defeat in the Vitality Blast of 2020, going down by 8 wickets at the hands of the Sussex Sharks at the Spitfire ground on Saturday afternoon. Zach Crawley and Daniel Drummond have formed a superb opening partnership for the Spitfires in this competition. It was only worth 25 on Saturday though. Zach Crawley looking in great form but dismissed when he had 16. A brave call from Luke Wright to bring on Danny Briggs for the 4th over during the power play. Ollie Robinson, who'd spilled one the ball before, made no mistake this time around. Crawley on his way for 16. Daniel Drummond was not quite at his fluent best on Saturday afternoon. He was joined by Joe Denley. Denley back in a Kent Spitfires shirt in the T20 Blast for the first time in a couple of years, having been released from the England bubble. Joe Denley was the top scorer for the Kent Spitfires. He made 32. Drummond, though, dismissed by Delray Rawlins, looking to sweep clean bowled for 29. That 29 including 5 fours. It was a terrific afternoon for Delray Rawlins with both ball and bat. Heino Kuhn joined Joe Denley at the crease, got the reverse sweep out a couple of times and nailed it. Joe Denley, he hit 4 fours and 1 6 in his 32. And at one stage, the Kent Spitfires were 90 for 2. That was in the 11th over. But Joe Denley was removed by Danny Briggs. It was another catch for Ollie Robinson, and that was a pivotal moment in the Kent Spitfires innings. Seemingly set for a big score, but Denley miscuing the sweep. And once again, it was Ollie Robinson who pouched the catch. So at that stage, the Kent Spitfires 90 for 3 in the 11th over. Alex Blake, terrific knock against the Essex Eagles at the Kia Oval last weekend, but his partnership with Heino Kuhn didn't last too long. Heino Kuhn was caught by Callum McLeod from the bowling of Delray Rawlins for 22, and then Alex Blake had his off stump knocked out of the ground for 3 by Chris Jordan. Jordan in superb form with the ball. 4 overs, 1 for 19. So Blake was back in the hutch. And wickets continued to fall. Jack Leaning, he was dismissed. It was 116 for 7. Callum Haggart, he knocked up some valuable late runs for the Kent Spitfires, 15 not out, including the 1 solitary boundary. But wickets did continue to fall at the other end. Good catch taken here by George Garton to dismiss Grant Stewart for 9. Callum Haggart was joined by Imran Khan, and those two managed to get the Spitfires up to 141 for 8 from their 20 overs, a total which never really looked enough. And if they were to remain competitive in this game, they needed early wickets. Luke Wright looked in terrific nick. He made 45. That 45 including 7 fours and 1 6. He opened the innings with Callum McLeod, who was to go on to make 19. And they put on 63 for that first wicket and got Sussex Sharks off to a terrific start in the power play. To be honest, Callum McLeod took a little while to warm up, but he did then start to find a boundary. Luke Wright continuing to play a typical Luke Wright innings. Plenty of movement at the crease, using his feet, backing away to leg and hitting plenty of boundaries. This time around, Imran Khan was given the treatment, not for 4, down to the Les Ames stand. It was an expensive first over for Imran Khan. Luke Wright again helping himself to 4 more, this time down to deep backward square leg. And the treatment continued as Luke Wright went straight and went very, very big for a maximum, the only one that he was to hit in his innings. Didn't really work out the introduction of Imran Khan during the power play. It was successful for the Sussex Sharks. Joe Denley, though, he dismissed Callum McLeod, a rather strange wicket to say the least. Looking to play it away through the leg side, lobbed up a very simple dolly catch. Joe Denley would take very few simpler catches than that. So Denley getting the breakthrough, 63 for 1, and that meant that Luke Wright was joined by Delray Rawlins, who was to top score with 62, that including 6 fours and 4 sixes. Luke Wright, the only other success for the Spitfires bowlers on Saturday afternoon. He was dismissed by Callum Haggart, who just managed to find the outside edge through to Jordan Cox. But Delray Rawlins looked in superb form. He was hitting boundaries all around the ground. He was going straight. He was playing short balls. He was playing straight drives. He was getting boundaries all around the ground. And he, together with Ravi Bupara, who very much played second fiddle, easily got the Sussex Sharks to their target with 4 overs and 2 balls to spare. Perhaps that's the highlight for the Spitfires. Heino Kuhn's cartwheel, so he didn't get any studs into the covers. The Kent Spitfires, well, it was a bad day at the office, but they're quickly back into action, and they still sit in a very nice position in the South Group with one eye on the quarterfinals and the finals day at Edgbaston on the 3rd of October. Delray Rawlins finished things with this 4 through extra cover. Spitfires then take on struggling Hampshire on Monday at the Ageas Bowl as they look to get back to winning ways.